Hello and welcome to another episode of Coach Campus. On this episode, we will be going over a few important college games as well as the important NFL games going on this weekend and a recap of the Bills-Dolphins game. Let's get into what I consider the game of the week. It's a high noon game on Fox. The game of the week is the number 17 ranked Texas Tech Red Raiders going into number 16 ranked Utah Utes. This game right here has a lot on stake for the Big 12 conference. Both these teams come in undefeated. Both these teams come in with a high-powered offense. The visiting Texas Tech Red Raiders come in with Bo Morton in 3 games has passed for over 923 yards, 11 touchdowns and 1 interception. And Devin Dampier, the quarterback for the Utah Utes, he has 628 yards, 7 touchdowns. He also ran for almost 200 yards and another touchdown. This game is going to set up the early part of the Big 12 to see who's who. Utah coming in has a great defense, great offensive line. The transfer QB, Devin Dampier, he's been looking good. Bo Morton, he has been better than advertised in his senior year campaign out there at Texas Tech. Averaging 300 yards. Competition is getting bigger, better. My analysis for the game is whoever wins the trenches is going to win this game. I know it's cliche. I believe Utah will get this victory. They are a 4.5-point favorite. Utah is very tough, hard to contain. The Utes and their crowd will be on full effect. I look forward to watching this game strictly to see the ebbs and flows, to see if Bo Morton can deliver in the hostile confinement. I have Utah winning this one. Looking for a great game. Next game up is number 22 Auburn Tigers going into the number 11 ranked Oklahoma Sooners in Norman. This is a big SEC game. Both teams are undefeated at 3-0. Both teams looking to stay undefeated. Auburn comes in 3-0. Their junior quarterback Jackson Arnold has thrown for 500 yards in 3 games, and their running back Jeremiah Cobb has ran for 314 yards in 3 games. So he's averaging over 100 yards per game as a junior. He has 4 touchdowns on the season. Oklahoma's coming in, riding off the high of a couple of good wins coming in, beating Michigan 2 weeks ago, and then blowing out Temple last week. John Mateer is putting his name in the Heisman Trophy race right now with 944 yards passing, only 5 TDs and 3 interceptions, but he's throwing the ball all over the field. His tight end is one of his favorite weapons, Connect. He has 245 yards in 3 games, 14 receptions. Oklahoma is just going to be too strong at home in this game. Their defense by Brent Venables, the coach who's known for defense. He's actually has the first legit Oklahoma defense there in a long time. With this quarterback and John Mateer, who's going to be a Heisman hopeful. He's going to put on a show, and I don't think this one's going to be close. Oklahoma beating Auburn. Another game I'm excited about is the 2-1 South Carolina Gamecocks going into Missouri. The Tigers, who are ranked number 23. And they're 3-0. This team right here, Missouri Tigers, I think they are the sleepers of the SEC. They've been having great quarterback play from Bo Pribula. Bo's thrown for 791 yards. He's been throwing it all over the field. You got to watch out for him throwing the ball. But they also have an amazing runner in Ahmad Hardy. He has 462 yards in 3 games. 5 touchdowns. So he has been the bell cow for this team. If Ahmad can keep up his running attack in this game, if he can get past the 2-1 South Carolina Gamecocks, who are coming in with Lenore Sellers, who was supposed to have a very good year and had a lot of people looking out for him and the Gamecocks. Numbers not that good this year so far. 431 yards passing, only 2 TDs, 1 interception. Just had a bad loss to Vandy last week. Missouri Tigers are the best kept secret in the SEC. I believe they win this game by at least 2 touchdowns, and they're going to be fighting for that SEC championship. The last game we're going to be talking about is a Big Ten showdown between number 9, 3-0 Fighting Illini from Illinois and the 3-0 Indiana Hoosiers, who are ranked number 19. This is going to be a great game. Up until this moment, I really didn't know which way I was going to go with this game as far as who was going to win. But let me break it down to you a little bit first. Illinois is coming in with Luke Altmaier, 8 touchdowns, 709 yards passing. Also has Hank Beatty as his number 1 wide receiver. He's putting in work, 289 yards in 3 games with 19 receptions, 1 touchdown. My he's a reception machine. All he does is catches balls. Indiana, their quarterback, Fernando Mendoza, 708 yards passing, 9 touchdowns, and no interceptions so far. His wide receiver, Omar Cooper Jr., 299 yards in 3 games. That's almost 100 yards a game. Might as well call it 100 yards a game. 13 receptions, 4 TDs. That means he's more of a deep threat. It's going to be good to see this game in prime time. Indiana, I know they're going to be all decked out in red. I know Kirk Cignetti, he's going to have his boys ready. I think Indiana at home beats the Fighting Illini by a touchdown. On to the NFL, where the Buffalo Bills were at home on Thursday night against the Miami Dolphins. They beat them 31-21 in a back-and-forth game. Miami kept it respectable. I think this is the best game they've played out of all 3 of their first 3 games, but it wasn't enough to get the victory. Tua Tagovailoa was 22 for 34, 146 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Achane, his running back, had 62 yards. Tyreek Hill had 49 yards on 5 receptions. Josh Allen, 22 for 28, a clean game, 213 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. James Cook was cooking them, 108 yards, a touchdown. Dalton Kincaid had a touchdown, 5 for 66 yards. Khalil Shakir, 4 catches, 45 yards and a touchdown. This game to me was a classic AFC East battle, but the class of the AFC East made sure to let the Dolphins know that they are the class of the AFC East. Josh Allen is playing phenomenal ball. When Josh Allen doesn't turn the ball over, it's hard to beat the Buffalo Bills. Josh Allen looking good coming off of his MVP year. He's putting up some more decent numbers, but his team is producing. James Cook looking phenomenal, looking like a top 3 running back right now in the first 3 weeks. I love Cook running that ball back there. Dalton Kincaid looking like the good tight end that they drafted 2 years ago. On to the Dolphins. What can I say that hasn't been said yet? They're softer than Roseanne's son. I don't know what Tua doing half the time. Tua out there throwing the ball like he's Uncle Rico. Just throwing it anywhere. That last interception he threw was horrible. He stared down the wide receiver. It was almost like he didn't even see the safety right there on him. Between the safety and linebacker. That was one of the easiest picks that the defender could have ever had. Tua, do you have a lazy eye like me, brother? I need to know, because that pass was inexcusable. I don't know what's going on between them and Tyreek. I know Tyreek got a touchdown. I know he was happy, did his backflip. Something's just not right with this offense. And I'm not going to let special teams off the hook either. The D lineman, unnecessary roughness, personal foul on a punt when you're getting the ball back with 6 minutes left, tied ball game, and you go all out for the block. As Michael Jackson would say, why? Why? That wasn't human nature. What did Josh Allen and the Bills do after that? Oh, you going to give us a second chance at this? Go down and score. Tua's coming back to try to tie it up. They're marching. And he throws that hideous interception. Your season's already down the drain. New business. Okay, first game I want to talk about on Sunday is the Bengals versus the Vikings. Bengals going into Minnesota 2-0. Vikings 1-1. This is actually going to be the battle of the backup quarterbacks. Jake Browning, he's starting for the Bengals. What can I say? Joe Burrow down again, to be expected, especially with that bad offensive line. Bengals starting off 2-0 this year for the first time in several years. They needed this with their backup quarterback coming in. The Bengals have 2 very high up wide receivers against Brian Flores' defense. Jake Browning, 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions last week. Didn't look the best, but he came in, during the first quarter and he got the victory. Carson Wentz getting a chance to start in Minnesota. See if he can throw the ball to Justin Jefferson. See if he has a connection with him. Jordan Mason. See if he can get going against this horrible Bengals defense. I do have Minnesota winning this game in Minnesota. I think that crowd is going to be electric. They're going to be able to run the ball. I also believe Justin Jefferson will make a big impact in this game. I see Jamar Chase. I see him getting a couple good plays. I see Higgins and the offense doing okay. But at the end of the day, I just think that Minnesota and their defense, along with their offense, is going to win this game, the battle of the backups. The 1-1 Pittsburgh Steelers go into New England, up to Foxborough, to play the 1-1 New England Patriots. I haven't liked what I've seen out of my Steelers the first 2 weeks, especially on defense. Defense is looking old, looking like we are void of players. I know we have some injuries, but everyone's having injuries. That's a part of the game. Aaron Rodgers, 447 yards, 2 games. 5 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Warren only 85 yards rushing. Also, Jalen Warren's leading us in receiving with 108 yards. That's not good. We'll see if the offensive line can hold up. The Patriots have the most sacks this year so far out of the first 2 games with 9. Can the offensive line get it together for the Steelers? New England's coming in with their second-year quarterback in Drake May. He's thrown for 517 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Ramon Stevenson, 69 yards in 2 games. Butte, the wide receiver, 119 yards. We'll see if him and Drake May can get on track this game and take advantage of this Steeler defense, especially the secondary. I believe the Steelers, because they really didn't play their starters on defense in the preseason, that they're working into getting into shape, getting into where they need to be. And I believe that they will beat the Patriots in this game. Steelers go into Foxborough and exercise some demon. A rematch from last year's playoff game in the NFC. We got the Los Angeles Rams that are 2-0 going into Philadelphia, who are also 2-0. This is going to be a good test for Philly and for the Rams. Stafford, first 2 games, hasn't looked bad, but his back is holding up. 543 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Kyron Williams, 132 yards rushing with a touchdown. And my man Puka Nacua, 221 yards, 18 receptions. Jalen Hurts hasn't looked like last year, but they're winning. Passing for 243 yards, no touchdowns yet. Saquon, 148 yards and 2 touchdowns. Devontae Smith leading the team with 69 yards and 7 receptions. I believe this is the game where Philadelphia's offense comes out of their slumber. I believe the Rams are going to keep this close because when Matt Stafford is healthy and he has weapons around him, if he can get some time, he's going to pick them apart. But I just think Philly is just too good overall. I think they'll get after him. I think it's going to be a close game, but I have Philadelphia winning this game. This is going to be a good division game. The Denver Broncos go to Los Angeles Chargers. Denver Broncos 1-1, coming off a loss to the Colts. Chargers are 2-0, coming off a victory against the Raiders. After 2 games, if there was an MVP, Justin Herbert would be it. 560 yards passing, 5 touchdowns. Maury Hampton just 72 yards in 2 games. Quentin Johnston has 150 yards and 3 touchdowns. Bo Nix, is this going to be a sophomore slump for him for the Denver Broncos? 4 TDs, 3 interceptions, only 382 yards in 2 games. A.K. Dobbins run the ball, 139 yards in 2 games. His rookie receiver Franklin has 12 catches, 1 touchdown, 133 yards. But Bo Nix, we're going to see. Can Bo Nix get a victory in Los Angeles? No, I don't think it happens. I told you about my boy, Jim Harbaugh. He's just a winner. He has this team believing that they are the class of the AFC West. Beat the Chargers in Brazil, first game of the season. Took care of the Raiders. Now comes home and plays another division foe. Have the Chargers win this game, even with some hurt guys on defense. Chargers just too good. Another division game that is important this Sunday is the Arizona Cardinals going into San Francisco. Both teams are 2-0, coming off of victories, respective victories. Cardinals hung on and took care of the Panthers. 49ers hung on and took care of the Saints in New Orleans. This game, I'm very intrigued. Can this be Kyler Murray's coming out game to say that we want to control the NFC West? So far, Kyler Murray in 2 starts, 383 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Running back Benson, 83 yards. My boy Trey McBride, 139 yards and 12 receptions. Brock Purdy's hurt for the 49ers. So it's Mac Jones. He had a very good game last week against the Saints. 179 yards, 3 touchdowns. Freddie McCaffrey's son, CMC, 124 yards rushing. Ricky Pearsall has 164 yards, leading the team in receiving yards. I'm taking the 49ers at home, even with the backup quarterback, to beat the Cardinals. As much as I like the Cardinals got to show me in tough games that they can actually win. You got to show me. Kyler, you have Murray. Kyler Murray, you have weapons around you, and Maserati Marv, Trey McBride, my man James Conner. Defense is okay. I just think that Kyle Shanahan and that offense is going to put up some numbers. And I think the defense is going to have a timely turnover to win this game for the 49ers win this. In a close one, though. Monday Night Football. The Detroit Lions 1-1. Baltimore 1-1. This is going to be a good Monday Night Football game. Very nice. You have Jared Goff, 559 yards, 6 touchdowns, 1 interception. Beat the brakes off of the Bears last week. We know who they are. Jahmyr Gibbs, 100 rushing, 1 TD. My man, Amon-Ra St. Brown, 160 yards, 3 touchdowns so far in the season. I'm torn about this game because I like the Lions. They both need this win. I think the Lions need it a little bit more than the Ravens due to their conference and having the Packers, and the Packers already beaten the Lions. I believe the Ravens are the class of the AFC North, and with Joe Burrow out, Steelers not looking good. I think they win this division easy. Lamar Jackson, 434 yards passing, 6 touchdowns. Derrick Henry, 192 yards, 2 touchdowns rushing. Zay Flowers, 218 yards, 1 touchdown, all in two games. I think Baltimore is ready to make another statement. I know 2 years ago they mollywopped the Lions. I don't think it's going to be like that. I think it's going to be a close game, but Ravens at home. That home cooking on Monday night. That's it for this edition of Coach Campus. Stay tuned.
Daydream.